Growing up on the reservation rests at the very heart of who you are as a human being. It informs everything that you are going forward in life. My tribe, the Chemehuevi, live here in the heart of the Mojave Desert on the California side of the man-made lake of Havasu. I came from humble beginnings, and I created with what I had. Look at Auntie. That's still at the heart of where my photography practice is at. Look at me, Helena. At the University of Houston, I took my first black and white film class. I was the only Native American, and everybody around me was completely unaware that we existed. Helena's so cute. And I knew almost instantly that I wanted to be able to communicate visually through photography, modern Native life. With a photograph, you get one frame to tell a story. And so how can you create a story that communicates as much as you possibly can in one moment? That was where the invention for me of creating these staged photographs came from. It's a blend of absolutely traditional photography and of modern photography technology to tell the stories and create the images that I wanted to create. It's photography with a painterly approach.
Identity is very critical in Kara's work, like in the piece titled Naomi. It's a modern woman who is clothed in tradition.
So Naomi is from a series of First American Girls, and it is a play on American Girl dolls. We built a life-size doll box. We designed the doll box to be very modern, indigenous. And Naomi is Northern Chumash. So this is her dance regalia. Her headdress is white dove and goose feathers, as well as her dance sticks that she's holding. You have a beaded belt with abalone hanging down. California has one of the most brutal colonial histories in all of America, and this is a way to create visibility for those things that are still here against all odds, and to be a powerful story of resilience.
There's such a vibrancy and a playfulness almost in this piece, down to her fabulous pink pedicure.
Yeah. It has a really great California vibe, right? I was asked to participate as one of 25 international artists in the Desert X Biennial. I had an idea how I could ground people in Southern California that they were on Indian land. And I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if 4 little mythological characters came back to visit Coachella Valley and responded to the landscape? I didn't have a lot of time to turn around 6 billboards, but we did it. The boys are all 4 cousins. They're my nephews. And so I think that there was a great power in them all being time travelers from Chemehuevi. What I do is, just like the old film days, I edit down. So you'll see that there's thousands of them. These are some back scenes of the little boys. And then I'll take them into Photoshop, and I've already set them up. I have a few of them here. This is where it starts out. And so you can see if I pull these layers off, we start with just those 3 images. This is the left and the right, and then there's that centerpiece. And from there, I end up distorting and pulling and brushing the layers back and forth so that you get one complete cohesive image across that big panoramic. And then I start playing with color. getting it just right. I wanted this to kind of have an antique look, and I was kind of going for that mid-century feeling of Palm Springs, that mid-century brown and blue feeling that I ended up with. Photoshop is just liberating. That's where you can really take it and include things like magical realism and supernatural in everyday life. And that's what really interests me about using Photoshop to actually communicate Indigenous worldview.
Come on, let's go. Hi. Go ahead, come on in. Come on in.
Today, the boys are going to be doing a continuation of Jackrabbit, Cottontail, and Spirits of the Desert. I am recreating feather bundles. It's pre-colonial dress in a very, very old style. We're bringing them back for these photographs because the little boys carry the spirit of the ancestors with them. You look handsome.
Okay.
3. Okay, 4. Last one. Are you guys good?
My name's Kiani. His name is PJ, but we call him Curtis, John, and Winka.
And tell me about what you're wearing
We're wearing the Indian stuff.
and why.
'Cause we are?
Remember how we did this last time? Okay, everybody's gonna put their left foot forward. Do you remember your left foot? Okay. You're gonna line up right behind him. Come back here. Come back here. The concept this time is we're gonna do a piece that provokes the viewer to think about that famous Abbey Road image of the Beatles, but we're gonna have Chemehuevi crossing with the great wild Mojave Desert around them.
You're walking that way. Point your feet that way. Look that way. Keep looking that way.
Perfect, you guys. What comes through in a lot of my photographs is that Native Americans are still very much alive and that our indigeneity emerges in modern times. Okay, look that way.
It's important to let the non-natives know that we are still here. And a lot of people, you know, I go out and say I'm Chemehuevi and they don't know who we are, you know. So now that we're expressing it, thanks to Kara,
Chin up, PJ.
she's bringing us out there into the open world.
My photographs are really meant to empower our youth. I want them to know how powerful they are, how all of that spirit and ancestry lives within them. Diego and I have a blended family, and Diego has 3 older children that are out of the home, and Diego and I have 3 children, 15 years old and 12 years old and 6 years old. So much of what I create is for the children, to give them insight into who their mom is and to my heart. I like that one. Do you like that one? For a long time, I wanted to create a portrait with my father. Too tight? Perfect. It's important for my dad to let people know that he's a Navy veteran. I know by him wearing his veteran's hat, it really frames what era he grew up in and what made him the man that he is today. I like that last one. It's beautiful.
It's just been amazing to watch Kara blossom into the artist that she has become, that eventually will go on to outshadow us all.